school and his money soon parted. It's a wintry time for gingerbread muffins and a good story. A north wind story about money blown in long ago Texas. It's a kind of frontier version of a kid today given a platinum card. I can hear my mama telling it, and my northern dad saying, "Ours?" with a Texas twang. Whenever I got dreamy-eyed, my heart set on something impractical. Imagine a southern accent. My mama was a great storyteller and a mime. She could do a soft shoe. Left me in the dust. Anyway, we have me now. Good pacing, a twinkling-eyed chuckle. It went something like this. Now, a blue norther just came shrieking down out of Arctic Canada, down the Great Plains, all the way down through Indian Territory and blasted frontier Texas. A man and his son had built a sod house on pretty much treeless prairie. They dug down to earth floor, piling up oblongs of sod for wall, doing cross beams, and more sod for roof. The boy bunked up in the loft, and his pa in the room below. It was used for bedstead, potbelly stove, and everything else. They were sodbuster farmers who plowed up and planted deep prairie loam, ran a few cattle. Hadn't much cash money, but they hunted and cleared land, and they did all right from themselves. When they'd finally brought in a decent crop of field corn and been paid cash on the barrelhead, the father counted out coins for a warm winter coat for his boy. Till then, a coat had been holes cut in the wool blanket for his head and arms, roping it tight at the waist against the cold north wind. The boy pocketed his corn money, hitched up the mare, and trotted off to town in the buckboard. And he was gone all day. He came back looking smug and pleased with himself, sporting a pearl-handled six-shooter, a flashy Colt 45, the holster tied down to his leg. He set about doing the evening chores, not meeting his father's eye. But people loved me and took me in, and I visited for a while. So I was with my kinfolk in the hill country of Texas, and it was bluebonnet time. They still owe my heart. And it was beautiful. And my uncle has a 30-acre spread there. Used to be a prof at UT, but he had retired. So we got full run together a lot. And we went walking out in the woods and talking and talking. And on my trip down, coming through the sleet storms and the Adirondacks and the Smokies and all of that, getting down, I had stayed at KOA campgrounds. First time I stayed at a high-dollar hotel, I just about fainted. But then I went to KOA campgrounds. I thought, oh God, this is not sustainable. So my aunt, who was a double Taurus, and her feet are firmly on the ground. A tent, she said. We have to get you a tent. So we went out shopping, and I got a dome tent, tall enough for me to stand up in. And so, the directions were not really female-friendly. But
what are you trying to say?
So I took it out into the pasture, and I thought I would, my uncle said I needed to do a trial run. And so he kind of hovered around the perimeter, watching my slapstick of putting up the tent. And so, I'd put up one side, and then I'd go to the other, and it would collapse, and my uncle was going back in the hinterland, trying not to embarrass me too much. So I finally got the thing kind of together. I hadn't figured out the vestibule, but I was getting really aggravated at my uncle. And he said, staying in a tent alone. Holy shit. And so he said, I'll be right back. And he went into the house, and first he said, can you shoot a gun? And I said, I'm pretty good with a 22. And he said, how about a pistol? And he said, it would take too long for you to carry from me. It's okay, it's okay. So he ambled on over to the house and built an Austin stove, really nice, big old porch swing. And he came back carrying this derelict hammer. It was held together, the handle was held together with black tape, and the head was loose on the end, so you had to shim it, you know. And he said, now this was your great uncle's hammer. And I said, Uncle Yancey? And he said, you bet. And so he handed it to me, and he said, you take care of yourself, little gal. So he gave me the hammer as a family talisman that had a business end.
Thank you.